Good, man. That's incredible, man. It's to be a published author, man. It's an accomplishment, especially nowadays. Like, it's hard to get anybody's attention to do anything these days. So to be able to be focused and have a topic to dissect and write about, it's profound, man. Yeah. So congrats on that. So check it out. Support Joey.
Absolutely. And we'll put the link in the show notes.
Yeah.
And we'll also put the link to the fasting journal.
Yeah.
In the show notes. So going forward, both of those will be in there.
And we said we wanted 2 published things, didn't we? Wasn't that a goal that we said? I don't even know if we had a deadline. I don't even know.
Yeah, but we got it. And God is actually, through these works, He's actually given us the infrastructure to do training.
Yeah, man.
So, it's, in 2026 just starting, so,
Yeah.
it's good stuff coming. It's good stuff on the horizon.
Yeah, that's right. Good. All right, well, I thought that was worth devoted time.
Yeah,
so congrats on that, man.
Appreciate it.
In my world, so we just got back from Disney. So I got 2 daughters in high school. My oldest just announced her college commitment.
Nice.
So,
and where is it going to be?
University of South Carolina.
And who went there?
Yeah, so she's following in the footsteps of her father.
That's awesome, man.
And my mom has a doctorate from the University of South Carolina.
I thought she was Claflin through and through.
She got her doctorate from
Old trader.
Started off Claflin, ended up went to NC Central, but she got her EDD from USC. So my daughter will be a 3rd generation.
That's awesome. Welcome to the dark side.
Yeah, that's right.
Just don't become a football fan. Man.
Tough life.
It comes with a package of blood pressure meds.
Hey, my story, man. I almost went into a depression over a USC football game. That was part of my catalyst to say, you know what? Maybe I need to back up off this thing.
That's right.
Yeah. So we're all excited, man. So we went to Disney to just kind of celebrate her. She's graduating. My youngest is doing well in high school as well. But we just got off the road. 500 miles, man. So we got back at 10 o'clock last night. So I'm a little bit tired, but all is well.
That's good, man.
Yeah.
And you did no work on that trip?
Yeah, I did not work, man. I actually took a few days. I did work on Tuesday.
Okay.
And then I took kind of the rest of the week off, man. So it was good to just decompress, spend some time with the wife and the family. And Disney knows what they're doing down there, man.
Yeah.
They not playing around.
That's right, man.
Disney. So let's see, Disney, college. And I applied to seminary as well, so that was the other just general update. So if you know the story, exploring ministry. So I started off at Duke. I did 2 years at Duke. Job situation happened, so I had to pull out of school. And so I found another place that I'm targeting. And so I submitted my application and hope to hear back, man, pretty soon on that. So
that's exciting.
Ready to get that kind of going as well.
Yeah, and that would be ideally in the fall it would kick off?
Targeting August.
Yeah.
So when we take one down in Columbia, we'll be, I hope mine is online. So we're not going anywhere for me. So, but getting back into it, man, I've been out a year and a half. And it's, I've been busy reading on my own. We'll talk about mental health as well. I think that goes into mental health, but just good to get back into school, man. Keep that going. So, all right. Mental health?
Yes.
On the last episode, we did quick updates. We did physical, spiritual, and we jumped right into the topic.
That's
so
right.
we forgot about mental health. So, how are you doing on mental health? I'll spend some time talking about my side, but how are you doing? I'll give myself a chance to breathe.
Yeah, it's been good, man. It's been solid.
Okay.
Making time to rest and recharge those batteries.
Yeah.
Realizing who's in control, so I ain't getting stressed up and worked up over trying to make things happen.
Yeah.
So, that bleeds into spiritual, but
What you're reading? What's on your mind? Reading, I think, is kind of blends between a couple spiritual as well as mental. But what have you been? I know you read the Bible, but talk about how much you're reading the Bible.
Yeah. So I'm in the Gospels now because I did finish the Old Testament. Finished Matthew. I'm on Mark now. The action book of the Bible. I'm telling you, man, everything is immediately this happened. Immediately. They were leaving here and immediately this happened. So it's Jesus as the superhero for sure.
Yeah, he's moving fast.
Yeah, man. It's awesome. Outside of that, man, I started reading fiction again. So I'm actually reading Star Wars. For the fans out there, for John Hefney.
Yeah.
The High Republic. I'm reading the High Republic, John. I know I got one fan out there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
I pick up Raising Kingdom Kids. I pick that up from time to time, working my way through that slowly, not in a rush. Good stuff in there. Also, I How to Talk to Your Boys, or Talking to Your Boys. It's a book geared towards talking to young men, because suicide rates among young men, it basically is exponential above women. And so it has like a lot of icebreakers. They do a lot of question and answer with young boys, so between 18 and maybe 11 years old, things like that. So there's some very good information in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good, man. Good. All right. So for me, I actually have been doing pretty well, man, on the mental health front. So if you go back, my story. I struggled, past tense, right? I'm not even claiming that anymore, but had some anxiety in the past, and I just learned along the way, man, that it's tougher in the wintertime. And so I've known for probably 5 years now, every winter, just, I started to get down and out about stuff. And I said, you know what? I'm going to be prepared this year. Mm-hmm. So I guess in the fall, I said, all right, what are some things I can do to prepare? And I actually am doing pretty well, man. So I think one big thing has been just continuing to exercise into the winter.
Yes.
I did tweak my workout, so I get to get a good sweat going in the summertime with my jump rope. It's harder to sweat in the wintertime, but I really transitioned to weights, man. So I've been lifting a little bit more, and body temperature, I'm not as cold anymore, man. I did drop quite a bit of weight, and so I was able to thicken up a little bit. But I've been doing my bench press as well as deadlift, so you see my weights here in the garage. And I started off lightweight, and it gave me something to kind of build on, so it was something simple and scalable. And it was a really simple workout, but I was able to do that really through the winter season. It's February now, so that was a part of it. I kept my reading going. There was one book in particular, it's up there on the shelf, but I don't know if I talked about it on this podcast or not, but it's Anxious for Nothing by Max Lucado. So maybe I have talked about it, but it really studies this scripture that I wear on my wrist. So I just having this nearby, it's been really good. But it's like he says, trusting God and believing in His path for my life, and but knowing I got to do my part as well. So I got into making sure I was on my vitamins, eating better. I talked about this sugar fast I did. It was terrible timing going into the holidays on that. But I think I was just overall better prepared just for the winter months, man.
So sound like a lot more intentionality.
Yeah. So it wasn't perfect. My wife would tell you it was not perfect. But I was able to kind of navigate through it. And so here we are, it's warming up a little bit more, and I got to continue to keep the discipline, keep the structure. But proper planning. We learned that. Right. We learned that back in the
6 P's?
I don't even remember how many it was, but
proper planning prevents poor performance.
That's right.
We'll say that.
That's right. So I would say, man, in a nutshell, I got in front of it. Kept the reading going, and found a routine that I could sustain through the cold. And so I'll probably switch back to more cardio as we go into the spring, and get that sweat going again. But
it's a guy on YouTube, and he does a lot of kettlebell stuff, man. And like the guy has quite a story. Like he spent some time in jail, and like while he was in jail, like he forged this level of discipline. And one thing he was saying the other day, he's like, guys don't need a new routine; they need more discipline. Like you can have the most simple routine, if you're consistent with it, you'll see life-changing results. Yeah. Versus trying to come up with this difficult thing, and then you're only doing it every now and again.
Right.
Consistency is the key.
I agree. So I went with simple and scalable. So it was really 2 exercises. It was bench press, deadlifts. Yeah. So compound workouts, get a lot of muscles involved, and I did have to eat more. So I slip into not eating a little bit. So I more intentional about not breaking my fast so late in the day, and still not eating breakfast really for the most part, but just being more intentional about being prepared really.
So no breakfast at Disney?
No, man.
Well, you wasn't on a cruise though, so with the cruise, the food is readily available, so it's a little different. So okay.
No breakfast, but I did drop. I was lifting, man. I got up to about 240, knocking on 245. I did fall down to 230s again at Disney. But if you go back, I was 300. So I'll take this over that any day.
Yeah.
So just a mental health update. So
that's good.
Yeah, that's good. I was at Disney. And I'm just kind of walking around, and I was actually in the car listening to this guy. He's a teacher. I will talk about who he is, but I got out of the car and I was walking back to the room and I texted Joey. I said, hey, why don't we cover just this idea of spiritual leadership or advisors? And we talked about the movie The Forge. Is that what it was?
Yes.
I don't even know if it's on Netflix still, but
I don't know.
But it might be, if it is, it might be worth looking into. But it talked about just the importance of having spiritual advisors. So so it really, I started to think about, who are you listening to, who are you watching, who are you learning from? And so I just shot Joey a text. I said, why don't we just cover this? Just talk about spiritual leadership and maybe break it down into, who are you watching, who are you listening to, and then who are you learning from?
Yeah.
So we'd like to pose those questions. And Joey, what do you think from a watching perspective? So who are you watching these days?
So I think of it two different ways as far as who you're watching. One, who are you watching as far as like consuming content, consuming media? Because, I know people who, after going to church, like they'll, or maybe watching church from home, they'll watch 2 or 3 other pastors. Yeah. So watching from that perspective, but also like who's in your life that's setting a godly example that you can watch.
Yeah.
So it's two different ways to look at it.
Yeah.
So who you're watching? So I really only listen to 2 preachers, man. Okay. My preacher at my church, Pastor Bruce Robinson Jr. And
I haven't met him yet. I'm sure I'll meet him at some point.
Yeah, I'm quite sure. Yeah. I'm quite sure. And Golden,
Myron.
Myron Golden. Those are the only 2 Bible teachers I really listen to. And they both, when it comes to relating it to sports, you get that coach who's going to push you they're going to push you hard to get the very best out of you, and it don't always feel good. It's not about comfort. It's about your purpose.
Yeah.
So that's the type of teaching I'm drawn to, which is unique because my personality isn't that. Like, when I'm explaining, that's not me at all. That's not my approach. But yeah, so I'm extremely selective on who I listen to. Yeah. And even then, you got to run everything through the filter of the scripture, just to verify you getting truth.
Yeah.
So
discernment. We actually talked about that a little bit this morning. So you can't listen to everything from everybody. You gotta take some filter to it.
Yes.
So I had a couple authors that were in my list of authors, but I started to look a little bit closer at what they were saying, and I actually did some research on a couple of guys, and some people can get really sneaky with how they twist things. So I actually had to pull a couple authors out of my library, man, for that reason.
Which is, and that's good. You have to be hyper vigilant.
Yeah.
On what you're allowing yourself to absorb as truth, man. Even to the point. So there's a book. I'm not going to repeat the name of the book because overall the book got some stuff in there that don't line up. But the author did get this one thing right. He was saying that everything you hear, like song-wise, everything you hear, period, is either building faith or it's erasing faith. There's one or the other. Nothing's steady state. And man, after reading that, I went back and I listened to some of the songs, some of the gospel songs that I really liked back in the day. And some of them don't line up with God's message at all. At all. It's like, man, I love that song. Nah,
I'm curious. Yeah. We'll probably turn the camera off for that one. Yeah, I agree, man.
One of them, is a verse in the song like, he'll never put more on you than you can bear. Have you talked to Joe? Have you talked to Joe?
Well, look here. He said, "I'll never leave you nor forsake you." But that's very different than "I'll never put more on you."
And he also said, and I don't know exactly where it comes from, because there is a verse that says like, "No temptation has overcome you that I haven't already provided a way out."
Yeah.
But that's temptation. That's not him putting burdens on you. Right. That's 2 different things. So I don't know where that comes from, but that ain't right.
I remember in school, man. This is when I was at Duke, how important it was that the songs be theologically sound, and you can't just be listening to all quote unquote Christian gospel music. Some of it's, like I said, they get a little bit tricky in what they put into the message. But and sometimes it's good intention, sometimes it's just they ain't know better. But you still got to have that filter.
Or sometimes maybe they didn't write it.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe somebody else wrote the song. That happens. There's ghostwriters out there, you know, for rapping and other genres. But so yeah, man, I had to stop listening to some songs I really liked.
I went through that.